Progress almost never feels like progress while it's happening. It feels slow, uneventful, sometimes pointless. And for a lot of people, that feeling becomes the evidence they use to stop. But that feeling isn't a warning sign, it's a perception problem. If progress feels slower than it should, it's usually not because nothing is happening. It's because the type of change that matters most doesn't announce itself in real time. Most of us expect progress to feel like movement, clear steps forward, visible improvement, something we can point to and say, there, that's it. But real progress rarely works that way. Instead, it looks like doing the same thing again, showing up without noticeable payoff, repeating actions that don't yet feel easier. From the outside, it looks like nothing is changing, and from the inside, that creates doubt. Your brain is very good at noticing contrast, sudden changes, sharp differences, before and after moments. What it's bad at noticing is continuity. Slow, incremental change blends together. It feels flat. It feels static. So when improvement happens gradually, your brain doesn't register it as progress at all. It registers as still the same. This creates a gap between what is actually happening and what it feels like is happening. That gap is where discouragement lives. Most meaningful progress happens in an accumulation phase. Skills are forming, patterns are stabilizing, systems are adapting. But none of that shows up as a dramatic outcome yet. You're paying the cost: time, attention, energy, repetition, without receiving the award. Effort is immediate. Results are delayed. And delayed rewards always feel uncertain, even when they're predictable. That uncertainty is what makes people quit, not the difficulty. Here's the frustrating part. Even when progress is happening, it often looks like standing still. You wake up, you do the thing. You go to sleep, no milestone, no applause, no obvious shift. But what's changing isn't the headline result. It's how long it takes, how much resistance you feel, how quickly you recover, how often you hesitate. Those changes don't feel impressive, but they are progress. Another reason progress feels slow is that the reference point keeps moving. What once felt hard becomes normal. What once required effort becomes automatic. So instead of noticing how far you've come, you say, this should be easier by now. The standard rises quietly, not because you failed, but because you've adapted. Adaptation hides progress from the person making it. Progress doesn't distribute evenly over time. It clusters. Long stretches of little visible change, followed by short bursts of noticeable improvement. If you quit during that flat stretch, you'll never see the payoff. Most people don't quit because it's too hard. They quit because it feels pointless. But pointless effort is often just effort whose return hasn't arrived yet. Think about strength training. For weeks, the weight feels the same. Your body is adapting. Muscle fibers, nervous system, recovery efficiency. But you don't feel stronger yet. Then one day, the weight moves easier. The movements feel sudden, but it wasn't sudden. It was delayed visibility. Most progress works exactly like that. Fast gains feel good. They're motivating. They're visible. They're easy to talk about, but they're often shallow. Slow progress tends to stick. It reshapes identity. You're not just getting better at something, you're becoming someone for whom it's normal. That transition is quiet, almost boring, which is exactly why it works. When progress feels slow, most people ask, is this working yet? That question creates anxiety. A better question is, am I still showing up? Because consistency doesn't feel like progress. It feels like maintenance. But maintenance is what keeps the system running long enough for progress to emerge. If you zoom out far enough, most trajectories make sense. But we live zoomed in, day to day, moment to moment. From that vantage point, progress is almost invisible. So the solution isn't more motivation, it's more patience with accumulation, more trust in quiet effort, more respect for changes that don't announce themselves. Progress feels slower than it is because it happens beneath awareness, before it happens in results. And by the time it finally shows itself, you've already done most of the work. You just didn't notice.